What's up, everybody? So in today's video, I'm gonna run two tests today. I'm gonna redo the X68 and the 8.2 gram AR Tactical Joules round, and I am gonna test these two with the Grimburg Juls round. These are 8.05, if I'm not mistaken. These are, as I stated, 8.2. Okay, so with the Pistelle and the 8.2 AR Tactical Joule rounds, this is what I was getting. With the pink tip, which is this one right here, I did not test these with this one. I had tested the gray 6.05 AR Tactical Joule rounds with this one. But today, I'm going to test them both. Less lethal for dummies. Sean over there had mentioned to me to move my chronograph closer to the trap, farther away from me, because it could be fudging with my numbers. Because, you know, this, when you shoot, it sprays a little, you know, some of the little oils and stuff comes out of the barrel. So it could be fudging with the numbers. And back here I have a cabinet that is for my company stuff. So I usually have to move this closer, because one day I shot that thing and one of the little prods here got bent. So I started moving it closer. But today I'm moving it farther away to see if that helps with the numbers and I get accurate numbers. With that being said, I do know that with these chronographs, the numbers are going to be slightly lower, because the numbers that we're getting with these types of chronographs is the projectile moving through the air, as opposed to when you have the X radar that you put up right against the barrel and it's giving you the muzzle energy instead of when it's already in the air. Now, I'm not an engineer. I'm just using a little common sense, and I'm assuming that's why both numbers always differ, because you're getting muzzle energy from here, and when the projectile is already in flight with one of those, and you already know a projectile running, you know, flying through the air, you get a lot of, you know, you get friction, air friction, which slows the projectile down. So that's why you get two different readings, or you get a lower FPS count with something like this as opposed to the X radar. Now, with that being said, you know, I saw a video today, Airgun Alley. You know, unfortunately, I think he is shutting down his channel, which is sad. He was one of my favorite, you know, air gun channels. But that's why on my channel, and I know a lot of other channels do the same thing, we don't hitch our financial wagon on someone else's business, especially one like YouTube, where shadow bans and, you know, throttles, you know, these types of channels down. And it's unfortunate, you know, because he is, you know, the quality of work that he does on his channel is phenomenal. Is next, you know, is next to none. And, you know, I've been watching him for a couple years, and he does phenomenal videos and work. He puts a lot of time and energy into those videos, and that's why I record off my phone. You know, I'm not trying to edit anything. Everything stays in the video. You know, they're not nearly to the level that Airgun Alley does, but that's why I do it that way, because I'm not making money off of YouTube, and I'm not trying to make money off of YouTube. But it's unfortunate that he is shutting down his channel. I think he said he was going to come out with a couple other videos, but that's about it, unless something changes. But, you know, with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and do my quick video real quick. Again, it's not going to be as top-notch as something like his, but that's because I'm not putting hours and hours of energy into these videos. I think of something real quick and I put it on video for you guys, and that's about it. That's as far as my energy and time goes into these videos. But let's get to it. I think I already showed you guys the numbers for the Pistelles. These are the numbers right here with the bypass. These are bypassed, by the way, still. These are the numbers that I was getting with the HP68. And this is the green solid ball. Today we're going to be using all balls. So the numbers are going to be probably different. This is with this one. Same 12 gram CO2. I'm not going to be wasting any of the 20 grams or 16 grams because those are a little bit more pricier than the 12 grams. But this is the numbers that I was getting with the tan one. Okay, and you can see all these numbers on videos. I've you know, put these on videos on the channel, so you can actually go back and watch those if you want. So this is where I'm going to be, you know, this is what you're going to see. So when I put the launcher up, you know, this is how far I am. I'm about 3.5 feet away from the chronograph. So I'm just going to sit you guys right on the tripod here. I'm going to get you guys there so you can see the numbers. And so I can see the numbers when I go back to the video to get them. Let me make sure that this is straight. Let me move this over. Okay, I think that is good. Okay, so for the first test, we are going to test. Let me grab some oil from here. We're going to use some of the super lube today. We're going to test the pink tip with the AR Tactical 8.2 gram Joule rounds. Okay, and I do have my CO2s in my pocket because over here where I am, we have barely touched 70 degrees any of these days. I am in New Jersey, so it's still pretty cool up here where I am. So down here in this level of the house that I am in the ground level. Down here stays about 50 to 60 degrees at all times. So I have to put the CO2 in my pocket to keep them warm. Otherwise, you know how that goes. So we have 6 AR Tactical Joules. And I'm trying to keep these videos short. That's why, you know, sometimes you see me pause the videos just to keep them as short as possible. The pink tip X68. Let me get a little bit of oil here. 12 gram Crossman inside. There you go. And a little dab of super lube on the cartridge. There you go. Okay. And that's just so when I puncture it, it lubes everything up nicely inside, as you already know. So let me turn this on. Where's the button? Here we go. Okay. There we go. Punctured. And here we go. First shot. .355. I don't know what broke there, but something broke. And I don't know what it is. .354. I'm gonna have to pause you guys real quick to check this. Alright, I don't know what broke there. I may have hit something around there. But here we go. This is going to be our third shot. Oh. Yeah, something definitely broke here. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to check this out. I'm going to pause you guys again. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with the Pistelle. As I always say, I think this is not mixing well with this one as well. So, but nothing is wrong with it. I opened it, nothing is wrong. What broke, which I'm going to show you in a minute, these little gray pieces, let me bring you back here, is because it came out through here, it hit this here, went out through here, and got stuck on this drywall here. That's why I always put pieces of drywall so it doesn't go through the door. But yeah, okay. So we're going to skip that one. I am going to count those 2 shots because I think this shit got frozen in the inside. And I didn't bring a lot of CO2s down with me, so I will test it in a minute upstairs with a new CO2. Not on camera, obviously, but I didn't bring down many CO2, so I'm going to put this one down, put this one back. I'll test this one later on off camera. So let me go grab my blaster. That's why for the Pistelle X68s, I recommend the blaster. So like that, you don't have any issues. Okay, so so with the black, all black Pistelle X68, I am going to throw, let me open this up. Got some oil on my hands, so a little slippery. Blaster, a little bit of oil on that. And then we have the brand new CO2, also Crossman. Dump it in there. Okay. And now we are going to go with 6 more AR Tactical Joules rounds, as you guys can see. Okay. I'm just loading this up real quick. Just give me a quick second. Okay. 6 more AR Tacticals. And the black. Okay, here we go to puncture. Very good. Okay, here we go. First shot. 341. 333. 330. 323. 321. 311. I don't know if this is my last shot, but we'll find out. Yep, that's it. 311. And as you can see, the chronograph stayed the same. So there are no, there is nothing interfering with the numbers right now. Okay, so from now on, I will be placing it closer to the trap, so there's no fudging with the numbers. And I will get these numbers once we finish with the video, and I'll have it in the video description. So for our next test, we are going to test the Grimburg Juls rounds V2 8.05. And we're going to test these out with these. Quick rundown. This has a bypassed regulator. The VKS spring pad, AR Tactical chamber cap, and VKS springs and other stuff. We're going to use also a 12 gram because, like I said before, the 16 and 20 grams are a little expensive, so I'm just running these tests. These have the rifled barrels, by the way. Rifled barrels aren't great for round ball, but I just want to run this test to see what happens. I am testing, as I always say, I'm testing, what's that called? I am testing shape projectiles, the Grimburg far rounds and the Grimburg HP68 with these. I don't use them for self-defense. I'm going to be very, very clear on that, because I'm not a big proponent of using shape projectiles for self-defense, because you have the possibility of jamming when you actually need it. So I'm a big proponent of using round balls for self-defense. You can test shape projectiles all you want, but round ball is the way to go. I'm sorry. Okay, so we're using the pink FSC Lapco .686 5-inch barrel. Okay, we're going to see what these numbers do. Okay, we got a nice click there, and here we go. 319, 294, 265, 247, 227, 200, 172. That was very mediocre. 143. That's also very mediocre. And that's it. So as you can see, rifled barrels aren't the best to be used for these. I don't have a smooth bore barrel at the moment, so I only use what I have. I actually do have a smooth bore, but it's on the carbines at the moment. But I just wanted to see for shits and giggles what I get with this one. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to test the other FSC with the Grimburg Juls rounds, because I know it's not going to be very good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to retest the Pistelle X68 with the pink tip. And this time I am going to use blaster instead of the super lube. So there you go. It's in there. And this time we're going to use the Joules rounds, the Grimburg Juls rounds. Let's see what we get with that. And I do apologize for making this video very long. Okay, so 6 Grimburg V2 Juls rounds. Okay. There we go. First shot. 341. 333. 320. 288. 220. I don't know what's going on with this now. Okay. And we still got one round left. I don't know what's going on with this. Could be the CO2. Let me find out. Nope, probably not. It's probably still frozen in the inside, because I did get a nice pierce there. So it's probably still frozen in the inside from the whatchamacallit. I think this is a Juls round, Grimburg Juls round. Still frozen in the inside from the super lube that I put inside of it. But it is what it is. So I will be testing this again at a later date. Not today. So that's today's video. Catch you guys on the next one.